Good afternoon, Main Street. This is Dave Sherbert coming to you from inside the warm studios of WQON FM and WGRY AM and FM from the great town of Grayling, Michigan. Where there's fun in the snow, the river always flows, and it's where everyone goes. I just went downtown for this wonderful double espresso from our sponsor, Thanks a Latte. The good people at Thanks a Latte and other wonderful businesses of downtown Grayling are proud to present the concluding installment of the classic story of George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Town. When we last left George, he was opening a new business downtown Grayling. Let's tune in and see how things are going for him.
Hi, my name's George Bailey. I started my own business in downtown Grayling about 6 months ago. It's a vegan Brussels sprout sandwich shop. It's failing. You know, all I got is a cooler full of pita bread and Brussels sprouts. Oh, please, I beg of you, could somebody up there please help me?
Well, looks like somebody else down there needs some help. I don't have my wings yet. Maybe I can help. Well, Clarence, this is George Bailey, and he's about to do one of the worst things that anybody could ever do.
Oh dear. You mean he's about to give up on his community?
That's right. And it's going to be your job to once again restore hope to young George Bailey and the rest of downtown Grayling.
Then can I get my wings?
Yes, Clarence. Then you can get your wings. Being a Main Street angel, maybe you can educate him about business feasibility, how to obtain a higher visibility, and how to incorporate the rich history of the area into his downtown business.
Then maybe we could teach him how to do some business model research. Then he would know that a vegan Brussels sprout sandwich business might be more viable in Los Angeles than it is in a place known for its hunting, fishing, canoeing, and snowmobiling.
Go for it, Clarence, and convince him.
I suppose there's only one thing left to do now. I got to put the building up for sale. I got to pull the plug on the business. I just go across the street here to the real estate office. Hey! Step back there, little fella.
Thank you. I almost got hit by that truck.
Well, yeah, you're lucky I was here. You might have died.
Yes, George. You saved me.
Wait a second. How do you know my name?
Oh, I know a lot of things about you.
Well, I don't know anything about you, only that you should watch where you're going. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a business to get out of.
I stepped in front of that truck so you would save me, so I could save you.
You're not making any sense, little fella.
Well, you were about to give up hope, and as your guardian angel, I couldn't let you do that.
My guardian, what?
I'm Clarence Goodbody, angel, Main Street Division.
Well, if you're an angel, then how come you haven't any wings?
I have to earn them by restoring your hope in your downtown.
Welcome to Bear's Den Pizzeria. Try one of our hub sandwiches and take a look at the pictures of Fred Bear and his unique bows we have on display.
Oh, there it is. Every time a store door opens, an angel gets his wings.
Well, you're not going to get any wings then. That's only one store door, eh? Look around. Downtown Grayling doesn't have anything to offer.
Oh, how can you say that?
Well, because there's an empty building over there, there's a dilapidated building over there, and there's one big thing missing, bub. People.
What?
Yeah, look around. It's just me and you. You're not even a person. You're an angel. No, it'd be better if Grayling wasn't even here. Yeah, that's it. I wish that Grayling never even existed.
Oh, George, you shouldn't say such a thing.
Why not? No one would miss it. I mean, look around.
Okay, well, this isn't going to be easy, but...
Oh, wait a second. Hey, where did Michigan Avenue go? Where did downtown Grayling go?
You got your wish.
What?
Grayling never existed. Michigan Avenue is gone. All of downtown Grayling is gone.
Wait, what's going on here? What's a... Oh, I know what the problem is. Yeah, I just haven't had my coffee yet. Yeah, that's a problem. All right. Come on, Angel. We'll go over here to the Grayling restaurant and I'll get a cup of coffee and everything will look better, all right? Hey! Where'd the Grayling restaurant go?
I don't know what you mean. I'm just a tree.
Hey! The Grayling restaurant was there a minute ago. They had the best lumberjack breakfast in the world.
If Grayling never existed, then there can't be a Grayling restaurant.
What do you mean? You mean it's all trees? I mean, what kind of practical jokester are you anyway? Oh, I know what you did. Yeah, I know what you did. You knocked me out, then you drug me out into the middle of Hartwick Pines. That's what you did. I mean, here, look over here. This is where the first Merit Bank is supposed to be, right here. It's the site of Grayling's first bank, and now it's nothing but Hartwick Pines.
We're all White Pines. What's Hartwick Pines?
Hartwick Pines. It's a state park that's right outside of town. It's named after Edward Hartwick.
It will do you no good. There was no Edward Hartwick. In fact, there was no history here at all. Grayling never existed, just like you wished.
What? Wait, you mean it's all trees? I mean, what about the Rialto Classic Movie Theater with its balcony seats and its classic marquee?
Gone.
Well, what about Dawson and Stevens Coca-Cola Museum and Malt Shop?
Never existed.
What about the Artisan Village Art Gallery with all its beautiful art by local artists?
None of them are here.
Oh, but everybody loved the beautiful art and the lumberjack breakfast and the ice cream and oh, what about the flower shop where I get my latte every morning? Where is it? Where is it all? Where is Grayling?
It's all trees, as far as the eye can see.
Oh, no. So many people love this town.
But like you, they have lost hope.
Oh, but there was so much to love. I mean, the beauty, the history, and all the unique retail, and the top-flight military facility. Oh, and a world-class sporting event. Oh, no. Wait!
George, you're not going to be happy.
Where is it? Where's the old ensemble fly shop? Where's the starting line? Oh, Clarence, I don't know how you know about these things, but you do. Where's the starting line to the Ensemble Canoe Marathon?
If Grayling never existed, then the Ensemble Canoe Marathon couldn't really start here, could it?
Oh, but it's such a unique sporting event, and it brings thousands of visitors to downtown Grayling each year.
I hate to tell you this, but the starting line's in Mayo now. Yes, and now every last weekend of July, Mayo has the Asaba River Festival.
But that river festival belongs in downtown Grayling.
But Grayling never existed, remember? You see, George, one town means so much to so many. We just have to find a way to let people rediscover it, just like you did.
Oh, yes. And if I ever get this town back, well, I'm going to do everything I can to highlight its beauty and its history and its unique taste and brand. Oh, I'm going to do everything I can. I just need the proper education. I need design services and historical preservation and higher visibility.
And no more vegan Brussels sprout sandwiches.
Oh, anything. Please, just bring my downtown Grayling back.
Goodbye, George.
Please, I'll do anything. Just bring downtown Grayling back. Please. Oh. It's back! Downtown Grayling is back! It's really back! Oh, Merry Christmas, you old Rialto movie house with your balcony seats and your classic marquee! Oh, and Merry Christmas to you, First Merit Bank! Oh, and Merry Christmas, Bear's Den Pizza with your tasty Hup sandwiches! Oh, and Merry Christmas, Dawson and Stevens and all your Coca-Cola memorabilia. And Merry Christmas, Artisan Village. I can't wait to look at all that local art. Oh, and Merry Christmas to you, Grayling Restaurant.
He does know it's February.
Oh, and Merry Christmas to you, Apollo's Fire, and Merry Christmas Museum, and Merry Christmas Goodale's Bakery with all your tasty donuts, and Merry Christmas to you, Mercy Hospital. Oh, and Merry Christmas to you, Canoe Liveries. Oh, and Merry Christmas to you, National Guard men and women, and Merry Christmas, you old beautiful Assapo River. Oh, and goodbye, vegan Brussels sprout sandwich shop. And hello, Paddler's Hot Dog Stand.
Paddler's Hot Dog Stand.
Oh yeah. I have this great idea where I'm going to make foot-long hot dogs and french fries and serve them in canoe-shaped baskets. Great idea. Oh yeah, do you hear that? Do you hear that? Every time a store door opens, an angel gets his wings. Attaboy, Clarence. And we're going to do everything that we can do to keep those doors open and to put new names on the doors. Oh, and we'll all work together to show everybody how historical and beautiful and wonderful Grayling really is.
Paddle, paddle, paddle your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 Grayling's the place to be. Paddle, paddle, paddle your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 Grayling's the place to be. Paddle, paddle, paddle your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 Grayling's the place to be.
Once upon a time there was a city, bustling and as busy as could be. Folks on streets all day and after hours, so much to do and so much more to see. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We sang and danced forever and a day. We lived the life we chose, we'd fight and never lose. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. La 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 la, la 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 la. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. No vacant stores were seen along the roadway. Each store was doing well all through the year. Camp Grayling men were here in summer weather. In winter, Hanson Hills was very near. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We sang and danced forever and a day. Things weren't supposed to change, but they were rearranged. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. La 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 la, la 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 la. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. The people of the town were busy working. The young ones stayed in town and earned their way. They found a job where they could make a living, put kids through school and hope that they would stay. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We sang and danced forever and a day. But nothing stays the same, then the recession came. Those were things were changing. The kids would leave when they were out of school. So many stores were sold and some were shuttered. Shop out of town became the golden rule. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. Directions got to change, we need to think long range. These are the days, oh yes, these are the days. La 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 la, la 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 la. These are the days, oh yes, these are the days. But now we have a chance to turn the tables, a chance to bring our city back to life, a chance to let folks know that we are special, a chance to walk from darkness into light. These are the days, my friend, we hope they'll never end. We'll sing and dance forever and a day. We'll work to make it right, we'll work until midnight. Success will come and we will shout hooray. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. So here we are to plead our case before you. We'll work real hard and very soon reveal we've people and the energy to do it. Choose us and we will surely be ideal. The day will come, my friend, we'll work toward that end. We'll work and strive and make success our goal. We'll live the life we choose, we'll fight and never lose. That day will come, oh yes, that day will come. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. That day will come, oh yes, that day will come.
Guarantee you'll sing that better today.
Turn the audio up. Good word there.
Oh, it's muted.
And she was trying to associate it with canoe marathon here in Greeley, the Osavo Canoe Race, which happens to be one of the most famous canoe races in America. And we thought, with that already having that kind of identity, why not associate our business with it and create something special for this town? The Nano Brewery is a small batch brewery. We're going to make it, we're going to ferment it, we're going to serve it one barrel at a time. So everything's created one barrel, one batch at a time. I think that we're going to do something that's not done a lot. The reason we're going to go with the Nano Brewery is it's going to give me the opportunity to do anything that we want to do. If we have a bunch of people asking for a certain type of beer, we're going to be able to do that. I'm not a follower of one style or one flavor or one category. If it's good beer, I enjoy it. And I think that's what Paddle Heart should be about. It should be able to give people the opportunity to come in and try all different kinds of beer and not just settle on one type or one style. We're going to go with the flatbread pizzas in a wood-fired oven. They're going to be a little bit more on the healthier side. I don't think it's going to be a great diet meal per se, but it's absolutely going to be, you know, something better than your average run-of-the-mill bar menu. When we go into the space, I think it's going to be all about, you know, creating that industrial, trendy vibe. We're going to do, you know, some hardwood floors, keep it simple. We're going to put some barnwood on the walls. You're going to be able to see the brewery is going to be right out in front. You're going to be able to see the oven's going to be right out in the open, so we'll be making the pizzas right there in front of everybody as they're sitting down enjoying a good beer. And I think most importantly, we're going to put a big garage door here in the space, and we're going to give the opportunity for people inside Paddle Heart to feel like they're out on the street. As people are shopping, they're going to be able to walk by and see into our space in the summertime when that door is open, and just really enjoy that experience even though they're not inside our business.
What made you decide to open up Paddle Heart?
We did it once before, and it turned into two. We sold, and we promised to never do it again. And then we came to Grayling, and we found that we were driving to Shorts over in Bel Air every weekend, if not Traverse City, every other weekend, to get good beer. And then we saw the opportunity and the need here in Grayling to maybe do it one more time. I think it's important for people to realize the type of investment that my family's making in Grayling. And with everything that we need to do, we need a little bit of help to get us over the top. It's important for us to see that people want to invest in us as much as we want to invest in Grayling. And it's not a lot, but it's just a little bit to show that the interest, that their hearts are involved like our hearts are involved, and that they want to give something to the town special, the same as we do. So just a little bit of investment will put us in a position to make this space special for everybody. Grayling to me is a place that has a lot of history. It's special to a lot of people that call it home, but it's also special to the people that visit. You know, we have a lot of people that come up here that do the hunting, the fishing, the skiing, the cross-country skiing, the boating. We have the El Sabo River, which is an amazing river, the holy water, as they call it. And I think that's special, and we need to give something to Grayling that brings more people here. Like, that opens more people's eyes to show that, you know, Grayling's still here and it's important to us.
Thank you. Did you want to do introductions now, or do you want to wait until?
We'll wait until you're done.
Okay, okay. Grayling is kind of at a cusp right now. We've got a lot of really good things that are taking place in Grayling. I want Kevin Levesque to step up and talk about a little bit about what's happening with Mercy Hospital.
Hi everybody. I'm here from Mercy Hospital in Grayling today. I'm the manager of communications and marketing, and I'm proud to tell you that this year, for the first time, we received the Truman Top 100 Hospitals Award. We're in the top 100 hospitals in the entire country for small community hospitals. On top of that, we also received the Truman Everest Award. That's given to 17 hospitals nationwide, and we were one of them. We are the very first hospital to earn our top 100 in the same year that we earned a Truman Everest Award. And that's for hospitals that are showing the biggest initiatives to improve patient care. We are part of Trinity Health, now CHE Trinity Health. Our emergency room continues to lead the Trinity hospitals in patient satisfaction. 95% of our patients are satisfied with the care that they've received in our emergency rooms, so it's very tremendous. And we joined the University of Michigan hospitals as the only Everest Award winners for the state of Michigan.
Thank you, Kevin. Grayling school system is also an outstanding aspect of our community, and I'm asking Dana Mullins, who's one of our high school students who helped with the play, to step up and talk about the award the high school just got.
Hi, my name is Dana and I'm a high school senior at Grayling High School. The CASTK school district just got awarded, I'm not sure what the word's called, but we're ranked top in the entire state of Michigan for non-traditional public schools out of 545, and we're We are ranked 3rd under 2 charter schools, but I just thought that was really nice because for a small community, our education is really valuable.
Thank you, Dana. Eric, why don't you come up and talk about the trails community?
I'm Eric. I work for the city zoning administrator. And we were just recently selected as a trail town, and we had a trail town master plan made, and I'm actually just working on a grant for which the city manager can explain that later on. But yeah, we have one of the top cross-country ski trails in the state, mountain bike trails with a Saco River, of course, and we have the equestrian trail that goes through our city. I mean, any trail you can think of, we have it. So yeah, it's something that hopefully it all works out.
And one of the trails that you did mention it, Eric, but one of the trails that is not widely known is the Cross Michigan horseback trails, and Linda Stevens is going to talk a little bit about the impact of that.
Easy. We're here to represent the horse community, and the Michigan Trail Riders alone fill over 800 horse camp sites every riding season. That can be 1 rider and 1 horse, or 1 rider and 4 horses and 3 kids. And these people, because we are geographically in the center of the trail, these people are hungry, they're thirsty, they need a laundromat, and they need fuel. And aside from the Michigan Trail Riders, we have the Shiawassee Trail Riders, Tri-County, every 4-H club. The Goose Creek Horse Camp is the most widely used in the state, and we love it, and we want to welcome everybody. Thank you.
Downtown Grayling is home to the Dawson Stevens Classic 50s Diner, and has been for several years. But that diner with this Coca-Cola memorabilia is a regular stopping off place for bus tours that are using the I-75 corridor or the M72 cross-state traffic. And it's a real asset to our downtown. In the last 2 years, we've had 2 art galleries open in the downtown. We are currently, we also are home to the Rialto Theater. It'll be in the MSA district if we're selected. The Rialto Theater is really unique because it's the longest continuous running theater in the state of Michigan, and it's been in the same family for 4 generations. Now, they're in the midst of a fundraising drive. They're using Kickstarter as a crowdfunding source because theaters across the country are having to upgrade to digital, and that's an expensive venture. So they set a goal of $100,000. The digital aspect of it is probably going to cost in the neighborhood of $70,000. The additional $30,000 will go into repairing the seats and putting in some new seats and doing some other renovation. It's going to be a nice state-of-the-art theater when it's done, and they've got another month to go on their crowdfunding, and they're already past $60,000. So that's a real plus for our community. We also have a couple of young entrepreneurs that are looking at downtown Grayling. One of the empty buildings has just been purchased by Eric and Penny, and I want Penny to talk a little bit about their business plan.
Hi, I'm Penny Pajaski. This is my husband Eric, who we already talked to. We're actually opening, it's not a brewery, but we're serving only local Michigan beers and wines, and we're doing local sourced food as much as possible within season. We're going to do real healthy choices because there's a lot of fried foods and stuff. So I have celiac, so I'm sort of self-serving. We'll be doing gluten-free, and we'll be doing vegan and paleo options as well. Just a real simple menu and a real relaxed atmosphere, sort of working well with Paddle Hard as well. So we're excited for it.
Thank you.
That vegan plan didn't work for me.
Yeah. Well, we'll have more than Brussels sprouts.
They may have a different business plan. Dave and Cindy Vargo, you saw the fundraising clip that they're using. They're using Indiegogo as their fundraising source. One of the real difficult things in these young entrepreneurs coming onto the street is to raise capital. That's probably the most challenging aspect of getting into a new business. Fortunately, Dave has had some experience. He's had a couple of other venues down in the Cincinnati area that were successful. And we really appreciate his coming into Grayling. But I want Dave to talk a little bit about not just his business plan, because you've seen that, but some of the headwinds he's running into in terms of raising capital for his venture.
I'm Dave Vargo. I'm going to be dealing with Paddle Hard Growing, and just to make it simple, what Terry was talking about is since I've been pursuing this venture to bring this business into Grayling, I've had to try to secure some investors, some business partners, and as I bring them into town, as I try to show them what the vision I have for the town is and what my business could do, I've had a lot of negativity. They see the empty buildings, they see the for sale signs, they see the facades falling apart, the urban decay, and I've actually lost one investor because of that. So it's been hard for me to press and get my vision into other people's head when they're seeing the town for the way it is now. But I think we have a good thing going. We've made some way since then, and I think with the backing of Main Street, it'll definitely make what I'm trying to do a lot more important to the next potential investor I bring in.
Thank you, Dave. And I want to bridge off from that because what Dave's running into goes right to the heart of why Michigan Main Street. Because what we feel like, we've got a lot of really good things on the verge of happening. We've got some young entrepreneurs interested in our downtown. We need to be able to say to a potential investor that we have this experienced, credible organization that's laying a foundation under our efforts, that it's not just us out on our own trying to figure it out, but these people can bring into our community the idea of best practices, the training that we need for our volunteers and our board, so that we can kind of get to that tipping point and move it in the direction we want to move it. The design service alone would be a huge impact in Grayling. If we could get 2 to 3 facades in the next 2 or 3 years and get them spruced up and looking sharp, relating back to the history of our community, I think it would start turning heads. We have a lot of traffic that pass through Grayling on their way over to the northwest section of Michigan. If they started seeing new facades, start seeing that energy, start seeing some color, we're going to be able to start pulling some of those people off. This is their travel break area, and then eventually this is their destination. Because Grayling has an awful lot to offer the traveling public. We have a lot to offer both our full-time and part-time residences. A market study sponsored through Michigan Main Street would really help us identify the kinds of businesses that would provide a synergy so that in the end the whole ends up greater than the parts. Board and volunteer training would be a huge asset to us so that our events are bumped up to that next notch, so that they're really, really attractive for the visitor and the residents alike. Get them into the downtown, get them reinterested in the downtown. We're really at a very critical point. We're finding Grayling is very responsive to the idea of Michigan Main Street. We had Laura and Patrick Reagan come up in early October. We put together 2 events, a luncheon for our business and professional community and an evening event for the general public. In that one day, we saw over 200 people coming out wanting to know what this program is about, wanting to get involved. and we had about 100 people sign up willing to volunteer and participate. And we sprung off from that and have so far raised about $400,000 in pledges over the next 5 years, and we still have pledges coming in. So our lending institutions and some of the other larger donors, those pledge requests have to kind of go up a methodical ladder before they get the okay. But I know First Merit Bank, what are you looking at there?
We've asked for $10,000 for 5 years in a row.
And that pledge hasn't figured into this 400,000 yet. But that makes a huge difference. It's, and we've got 5 more lending institutions that may not have the or want to contribute at that level, but they're going to contribute. We're gonna put some pressure on. We're gonna get that done. So we're poised for success. But if we don't get Michigan Main Street, there's a $400,000 in pledges that's never going to turn into a budget. If we don't get Michigan Main Street, there's going to be 75 to 100 volunteers that are still going to flounder at what it is they're supposed to be doing because we don't have that background in training and best practices built into the system. So it's really important at this point in our history to push this thing over the top that we become a Michigan Main Street community. Thank you. Now, we have a couple of more people that are going to speak. General Stone is here from Camp Grayling. There's an interesting synergy between what goes on with the military and what goes on in the downtown, and I'm going to let him speak to that.
Thanks. I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you, so hopefully I'll be concise. But 101 years ago, Rasmus Hansen, the lumber baron, donated 18,000 acres to the Michigan militia so the National Guard could train in Grayling. And it became the home where the Army National Guard over the last 100 years has gone to train. 98 years ago, he donated what is today our Officers Club that we just made $1 million investment into to renovate. This last summer on July 20th, we celebrated the 100th anniversary. What I'm very proud of is we included the community in all of our planning. Just based upon personal relationships and facial recognition, I would say that probably 2/3 of this group were volunteers for that event. We did not try to count the number of people. What we did do was a car count. And we expected to have upwards of 10,000 people. We opened the front gate where normally we stop and ask for IDs for the day. The cars were backed up for 2 miles. We had a car count of 29,000. So let me talk to you about numbers and how the Army goes really affects cash flow for these guys. We have about 150 full-time staff at Camp Grayling, funded by the Department of the Army. We now have 147,000 acres, which makes us, out of 102 Army Guard installations in the country, we're the largest. We're the largest maneuver training site in the country. That doesn't mean we get the most traffic. Our funding levels, and many of these people know this because their brothers, sisters, cousins, friends work on Camp Grayling. Our number of staff and how much money we get to staff depends on our training throughput. In the old days, the really old days, the 50s, the 60s, the National Guard would come up for an entire 2-week period, bring their families, go to Hanson Hills, camp out. The soldiers would have the middle weekend off of their 2-week annual training, and they would all participate in town and all leave. Well, training standards changed, the requirements changed. When I joined the National Guard, we were still doing in releasing our soldiers on a weekend. We would give them $100 cash to go spend in town for the weekend. Then Desert Storm comes along and training standards increase. We have to stay in the field so we don't get to town as much. Cash flow dries up. Then 9/11 hits, and how we train and mobilize the Guard changes dramatically. In the old days, Ohio Guard would come up for 2 weeks, Indiana would come for 2 weeks, Michigan would come for 2 weeks. That troop count for man days a year back in that period before 9/11 was about 450,000 training man days a year, which would then drive the formulas for how many full-time staff, how many dollars we get, and how much we flow in the community. Up until General Vadney became the Adjutant General, we were averaging about 150 to 175,000 man days. Now I'm doing some math here. We have a strategic plan of the Michigan National Guard. My job as installations commander is getting throughput up by 100,000 a year. I'm happy to announce, and they don't know this yet, that we have early commitments for 2015 for 3 additional brigades, which will increase our throughput beyond 400,000. So those brigade commanders that we're targeting are brigade commanders from other states, state National Guards. Pennsylvania Guard has 3 brigade combat teams. The Pennsylvania Guard made one of those commitments. The New York Guard has made one of those commitments. We have to bring in those senior leaders and wine and dine them in Grayling to get them to convince to bring their people. The other things that we're doing to make this easier to bring more traffic to Grayling for the military, because this is a lot of work, is we're working with Representative Brennan in the community and an improved railhead for Camp Grayling, so we can offload and on-ramp heavy military equipment and have what's called an intermodal site that can support the community. We're working on that committee. We've been working with the county on the overpass situation at 75 with North Denver Road. Traffic coming south just can't easily get off and get to town down Grayling. That is something that we're supporting as well. We've worked with the local community, and we're happy that Kirkland Community College is going to move the campus to Grayling, which is going to help our soldiers. And we've been coordinating with the community college president on aligning programs with military programs. But if you do the math on that, we have from the Department of the Army in the last 5 years, more than $100 million in construction projects has gone into Grayling. We have some amazing training resources. We're about to break ground another $17 million complex here in the spring. The other thing that's important in one of the videos, and I'm sure you didn't catch everything in the song, it talked about the Guard used to come in the summer. In our strategic plan, we are trying to be a 4 seasons destination for training. We think we'll be the premier winter training site for the Army. And so that will help with the cash flow when you look at the businesses that do really well maybe during the canoe race in the middle of the summer. We're trying to bring in, we have a verbal commitment, not a written commitment yet, to have a full brigade come to do winter training in 2015. So if we succeed in our mission, there'll be lots more traffic coming, and those folks will leave the post to go to those restaurants and businesses and spend their money. And we would like Grayling. It's easier for us to market to the military to come to Grayling if they've got a marketing plan and it all syncs together. So thank you.
Wait, you got 1 minute to wrap it up.
Sorry.
I'm Clay Gordon, and I want to tell you all that in the 1870s, lumber barons came to Grayling. They saw a resource, they took advantage of it, they converted it into income, and then, quite frankly, they moved on. Then Grayling had to reinvent itself. You saw lighter manufacturing. You saw people working on creating different strategies for working with automobile parts, bows and arrows. I actually used to work for Bear Archery when I was in high school. That started to go away. Then we move into another era where the military is providing a lot of resources, and they still do. But you heard General Stone say a lot of that has also started to change. So in my lifetime and through history, Grayling has had to reinvent itself several times. And that time, quite frankly, has arrived again, and we hope that you will come forward and work with us. And at this point, I'd like to open the floor to questions.
Before we go ahead and get into questions, I'm going to ask the advisory committee to go around and introduce themselves.
Patrick Reagan, I'm the DDA Director, Main Street Manager for the City of Fort Worth, Michigan.
Hi, I'm Mike Kapp, the Administrator of the Office of Economic Development at the Michigan Department of Transportation. Excuse me.
I'm Jamie Schreiner Cooper. I'm the Executive Director of the Community Economic Development Association of Michigan.
Excuse me.
Hi, I'm Jesse Lawrence. I'm the Promotion Specialist with Michigan State Business.
Hi, I'm Brittany Hoskins. I'm the Organization Specialist for the Michigan Main Street Center.
Hi there, I'm Nancy Feingood. I'm the Executive Director of the Michigan Historic Preservation Network.
Arnold Weinfeld, I'm Director of Strategic Initiatives for the Michigan Municipal League.
Andrea Brown, Executive Director at Michigan Association of Planning. Great job on those shows.
Good afternoon and welcome. Outstanding job. I'm Jessica Flores from the Michigan State Historic Preservation Office.
Holly Larson, I'm a Design Specialist with the Michigan Main Street Program and State Historic Preservation Office.
I'm Laura Krizoff. I'm the manager of the Michigan Main Street Center here at MISTA. And then on the phone we have
Jennifer Goulet from Artsburg, Michigan. Great presentation. Sorry I can't be there in person.
Thank you.
Thank
You guys all did a very good job.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank
We definitely
you.
see the community support for this effort. It's great to see so many faces.
Something like beer.
All right, who has our first question?
Can those who are city staff, or can raise your hands just so we have?
Not but boards and commissions and that kind of stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, that broadens the scope.
Okay.
Well, what we're interested in probably is who's Main Street Board Committee, if you've arranged any of that, and who's official municipal.
I'm the chairman for the DDA in Grayling, and we look at putting the Michigan Main Street Board as the DDA board. We've got a few DDA members here.
Eric's here, I'm
Yeah.
here.
How many of you have signed up or are planning on serving on a Main Street committee as a volunteer right now?
Any business owners or business reps generally?
I'm probably the oldest one on this thing. I've been on Michigan Avenue since 1976, and I have seen a lot happen. I've seen a lot of businesses come, and I've seen a lot of businesses go. But we never have given up. We keep plugging along.
And I'm probably one of the newest businesses, not in the Main Street, but in the community, where I made a significant investment a year and a half ago purchasing a broadcast company that's based in Grayling that covers 16 counties in central northern Michigan.
And I represent Kirtland Community College Actually Foundation, and we have made a commitment just south of Grayling on the interstate to build a regional health science nursing training center, and we were just given land from the DNR to do this, so we are in the process, and for this to go forward, us to be chosen would be miraculous in that the synergies between the two projects would make it a win-win.
Will that be a residential facility or a commuter facility?
Oh, I'm sorry?
The facility you're planning, will that be
Commuter.
residential, commuter?
It will be commuter, yes.
State DNR deeded over 200 acres to Kirtland Community College to facilitate the health sciences learning center. But if you have over 200 acres, you can certainly do a lot more than that. I'm the community education director for Kirtland, and the liaison to the committee.
Who is Terry? I'm not
Terry
supposed to
Dickens.
ask questions.
It's Terry.
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 Nice to meet you, Terry. I know your name on a lot of things.
Yes.
It's nice to officially meet
Probably
you.
tired of it by now.
Not at all.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so your description of your interest in historic preservation, you talk about partnering with 2 historic societies, I believe?
Yes, yes. The Camp Grayling Historic Society, as well as the Crawford County Historic Society.
Do you have any historic designated sites or districts? Or
The Camp Grayling Officers Club, that 501c3 was created for the preservation really of Camp Grayling and the 100-year history. So the Camp Grayling Officers Club itself is a historical site, state historical site. We have next to that a monument parks where we're working with the Michigan Historical Society to get all those registered. We probably have upwards of 15 monuments now, co-located with our chapel, with our officers club. In general, we've committed through the Historical Society, through Camp Grayling, funding to put historical markers in town as well to commemorate the 100 years between the city and the National Guard relationship.
But you don't have a historic
We
preservation
have
plan?
one building, the old Salem Hanson office building, which was a brick structure and didn't burn when the general store did burn. That is on the National Historic Register. We have the Historic Society and Historical Museum is housed in the original train depot, but the depot itself is not on the Historic Register. I'm not sure why, but it isn't at this point. but it certainly has the age and the vintage to qualify. We
And
might
your
have-
commercial downtown district, I mean, I saw some buildings that look like there's, might be some possibility.
Yes.
Have you talked about a historic preservation plan?
I know we're working on that. We're hoping to, we own the corner building, and it's built in 1900, I think, or somewhere in there. We apparently like really historic buildings. Our house was built in 1900 as well. But there's a lot of those. That's something that we're really looking into, trying to work with some of these other places.
When we did the research for Michigan Main Street application, it was kind of interesting to get these buildings dated and realize that there was a whole building, several buildings in 1900. There's several buildings in 1916, 1919. I mean, it seems like it kind of went in streaks in terms of what's left and done. There's quite a few that were built in and around the 50s. Because of a fire that took out.
Just to tag on to what Nancy was saying, I think that with a lot of your younger entrepreneurs who might be acquiring buildings in your downtown that might meet that 50 years or beyond of eligibility to get on the National Register, that is the gateway for the federal tax credits where you can receive up to 20% costs. Depending on your, and I'm looking at you too, depending
my
on your.
building's actually going through the process right now with the Michigan Economic Development. One of those.
Oh, the CRP?
Yes, they're looking into my building right now as we're going through the process to see if it, I have some structures inside behind the interior wall and the exterior wall that they think might be historical, but it hasn't been proven or factual at this point.
Okay. Yeah,
So.
it does open up your Main Street area to other incentives, not just the federal tax. So
And we are also looking at the possibility, pros and cons of a historic district.
Sure.
Because all of the buildings in downtown, I don't think there's any of them less than 50 years old.
And we can help you with that.
Yeah, we're hoping that that's one of our biggest things because we really love the building and it's really old and it still has the tin all over inside. The inside's barely been untouched. We just uncovered the original floors and getting those all up to date.
That's something as a board and a community we are interested in developing a plan. We just haven't figured out what steps we need to take yet.
And establishing that would help to, appeal to other younger entrepreneurs to rehabilitate buildings. Right.
Financial questions? So you don't have a TIF, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so there is City of Grayling, somewhere it said 50,000, that's just cash contribution from the city's coffers?
It's not quite, and Doug could speak to that if you want to.
50,000 is coming from our capital improvement fund, it's actually through our income tax fund.
Is that the capital fund?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, okay,
2,000 a year for 5 years.
gotcha. Thank you.
And then the city's also providing services, accounting services, legal services, and so that's reflected in income.
Congratulations on raising $400,000. That's phenomenal.
That's great. We'd love to hear that feedback, really.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how you raised that $400,000 and how you plan to continue that going and building that number up
The second part of your question is extremely interesting. Because Marjorie grew up in Hancock, my wife, and we went up to Calumet to meet with the Main Street director up there, and he'd just been laid off because they ran out of funds, which was a wake-up call in terms of what we're trying to do. And we said, okay, we've got this pledge for a 5-year period. Do we fall off a cliff at the end of 5 years or not? So we're really focusing on that. We're talking about putting a TIF in place. That hasn't happened yet. That needs to go through some political massaging before that can happen. But
The answer to the first part of your question was the power of media, really. I think that we really went to radio and the print, and a lot of the media supported the Michigan Main Street Initiative. We also, in our meetings when Laura came in, we asked for pledges. There's a few unique organizations in Grayling, GPA being one of them, the Grayling Promotional Association, that assisted us in going to the city council and asking for that money. And that played a big role in securing those pledges.
I could probably elaborate a little bit more on our, after a 5-year plan also. If you look, we have a $20,000 promotions budget. And what we're really looking to do is build some events up. Our 4th of July festival, some different things as far as concerts, maybe for income. As we can grow those to help carry that cost after the 5 years.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Let's say tomorrow Laura calls you up to say congratulations, you're a Main Street program. We have the National Main Street Conference in Detroit in May. How many people are you sending? And who are you sending?
So far, we sent about 5 to 8 people to each of the trainings. So I'm assuming minimum between 5 and 8 people.
There's also a cost associated, so.
Oh, yeah.
So,
right.
But training for me as a
But
Main Street manager.
what we would do down there to help with the cost is we'd volunteer our time and cut down on tuition.
But my point of bringing that up is, like I say, that as a Main Street manager, it's important to bring more than just the director.
Yes.
It's important to remember to bring in volunteers because those directors may come and go, and you guys will always be there.
We already have a handful committed for that.
Fantastic.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Who played George?
I'm actually really shy. My name is Chad Patterson. I own a children's theater company in Grayling, and it's called Acting Up Theater Company. I travel all over the state. Jamie Schreiner Hooper is one of my really good friends. Just had to say that, but hey, don't hold that against us. I'm actually friends with her husband. So, it was a great honor to be asked to come aboard and to help with this endeavor, and it was overwhelming to be asked to write a skit and but to have your, we live in northern Michigan, so to have my talents recognized and embraced, they needed a skit and they needed an actor, and they said, hey, we got one of those. And that was really cool. And
props to the
my
Angels.
two actors. This is Adam Woden, and you met Dana Mullins earlier. They're high school seniors, and I also direct the high school play at Grayling High School, and they had a decent part. No, they are immediately when I needed 2 people, and all these guys were like, I don't want to act. I said I knew exactly who I wanted to bring, so they are, and I'm gonna miss them when they're gone out of high school and on to college. But thank you very much for having us here, and it's just. And by the way, I studied theater at Lansing Community College. Had my first legal beer at Moriarty. My first illegal one, too. But that's a different story.
All right, any other final questions? Well, thank you so much for...
Thank you.
Sure. Our song was written by a great friend of Betty Bennett. Betty is 86 years old. She looks and acts about 55.
Yes, she does.
And what's so neat about that is that she and her husband chose Grayling to work in and retire in. And everybody here is from a different walk of life. We've tried before. The horse community supports the trails. The golf community does the golf course. The fishermen don't like this people. The snowmobilers want what they want. This group represents everybody. And I think that's why we've been so successful kicking up the money, because everybody's represented. So I just got to get another.
Everyone's passionate
I'm
about
just
it as well.
2 cents.
Great. So glad I didn't wear my horse out.
We can talk out the back.
I got to get your stylist for sure.
Very good. Thank you again.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.